Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We are live on Synergy in Trinidad, viewers. The 6th of January 2026. We will be live onwards, viewers, every day for this week, this month, next month. So call your friends, call your family, let them know Real Talk with Saieed Ali is going live on Synergy Network, viewers. Also, we're on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So if you're on the go, check our Facebook page. If you're home, you're not in your room, you're on YouTube, your computer, it's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So Trinidad and Tobago, as you know, today we have launched our food drive, Real Talk with Saieed Ali food drive. We have a car that has been given away. You know, this is not the first time we are doing this with our vehicle. We have a car that we are giving away. All you need to do is contribute between $500 to $1,000, viewers. Plant a seed, as we would say in Trinidad and Tobago. Plant a seed. We put in, the reason for this is to raise funds to put groceries in people's house. This is our goal. That is why we are giving away this 1.6 Corolla. It's a new model Corolla, the latest on the market, viewers. As you can see, it is in our building. We are giving away that. All you have to do is contribute between $500 to $1,000 and you could win the Corolla. So viewers, this is not the first time we are doing this. We did it a few years up, about 2 or 3 years back with the Range Rover and a BMW. This time we're giving away a Corolla. Like I said, the purpose of this is to raise funds for charity, to put food on the table. Because when we did our food drive, Christmas drive with the toys, watch me, the amount of people ask for hampers and hampers and hampers. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we want to meet those people. We want to be able to give them hampers. But Real Talk with Saieed, we need your help. Make a contribution to our food drive, viewers. It's 2026. Plant a seed, as we say in church, in the mosque, wherever you go, whatever religious building that you go to, what religion you belong to, we just say plant a seed for prosperity, plant a seed for success, plant a seed that you will get your sickness healed, plant a seed for a miracle. We often hear the religious leaders say things like these. So, you're planting a seed in good faith. Everybody know, I just do spiritual work. So when you hear plant a seed here, and what we are doing to put food on people's table, let me tell you something, you must see your way. You must see your way. You're planting a seed of faith. That is what you're doing. So viewers, remember you can call me at 339-1670 or call my office 238-6716. If you want to make a bank transfer, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Like I said, it's only me, 339-1670, 238-6716, or 267-7325. Those are the only 3 numbers you're calling, viewers, for information. We give you the direction, you come down to our office, you make your contribution. What we will need from you is your name, your contact number, your address, your driver's permit, or your ID card number. We would need that to verify the winner. Because there could be 200 Michelle Khan, or there could be 300 Saieed Ali. But your ID card number or your driver's permit number will verify that individual who win the car. So as again, I'm saying Trinidad and Tobago is a food drive. We are raising funds. We are giving away a new Corolla. Contribute to the food drive. Plant a seed, as I say, for a miracle on your behalf. And you never know what could happen. It's a new car. It's not a roll-on, roll-off. It's not a roll-on, roll-off. It is one of the latest model Corolla in Trinidad and Tobago presently. So make a contribution, viewers. We're feeding the less fortunate. But nevertheless, so as we start our program tonight, license office, there was a confusion and frustration at license office across Trinidad yesterday as motorists complained of being blindsided by the government hefty late fee increase when renewing their driver's permit. However, in a memorandum dated January 2nd, Transport Commissioner Clive Clark advised that motorists with expired permit will now face penalties ranging from $500 to $3,500. The memo explained that in accordance with the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act, Chapter 4850, permits which have been expired for 6 months or less will incur a $600 penalty, in addition to $500 fee for a 5-year renewal or $1,000 fee for a 10-year renewal. Permit expired for more than 6 months but less than 3 years will cost an additional $1,000, and permit expired for 3 to 5 years will face a $3,500 penalty. Now, crowds at the licensing office said they had no idea that the adjustments. No motorists or one motorist lamented that the additional fees were unfair to law-abiding citizens. This is what another motorist had to say. Listen to this.
I have my ticket here to show that is 11 MAPI, right? Which is not right. And if it's something that they're implementing a new thing, they're supposed to let the public know so that we know what we are coming to do. But you can see that it was just a makeshift thing because they had nothing in place, right, for the change that they made.
That they visited the office last week before their expiry date, but were told to return on another date because the staff stopped taking customers when their line goes too long. Off camera, one license officer said workers were only informed of the changes on Sunday via a cell phone message. Similarity, right? Motorists at Caroni office said they were also left in the dark as there were no signs of the increase, nor were they informed even after waiting in line for hours. So Trinidad and Tobago, I believe in December, there was an article circulating. If you look at the headline, Ministry of Works, the Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation, Trinidad and Tobago. If you look at it, it says fake news alert. Fake news alert. In the black, what does it say? New permit renewal fees. January 1st, 2026. Now, according to the ministry's website, they say that is fake. They say it is fake. So now Trinidad and Tobago, what got me is that if it is fake, why are motorists complaining about the extra additional and hefty fee that we are paying in license office? Why? On the ministry website, the ministry website saying it is fake, but when you go to license office, it's a different story we are hearing. Now Trinidad and Tobago, they want to do it by the books. Okay, why wasn't Trinidad and Tobago informed about this in January month? December month, my mistake, 2025. Why didn't this happen? Why didn't the ministry come out and say? So now Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this, Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Eli Zakuru has since stated that the government hefty penalty fee was nothing new and the announcement was made in early December. So Trinidad and Tobago, I want to ask the minister, where did you mention that? Now, Mr. Minister, you recently came to be a minister under the UNC administration. Other than that, nobody knows about you. Nobody know where you come from, nobody know who is you, nobody know your background. Good? But if you're starting off as a minister like this, you're starting bad. And you and the citizens will have problems going down the road in the future. Now you said that it was mentioned, it was announced early December. Could you, Mr. Minister, tell us what day in December, whether was it in your office or in the parliament, that it was mentioned, so I, Saieed, and my staff could get the clippings or the video to show Trinidad and Tobago that it was actually mentioned and announced. That is what I want you to do as a minister in the UNC administration, presently the Minister of Works and Transport. So Trinidad and Tobago, if the minister could do that and said it was announced on the 10th of December 24 in his office, at least we would have some report of it. But you can't say I am lying, neither my staff. Because this is new to Trinidad and Tobago. It happened like a thief in the night. It happened like a thief in the night. Put about the picture. It happened like a thief in the night. And you cannot do us that. I am telling you, you cannot do us that. Because look at that. Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, Trinidad and Tobago, fake news. New permit renewal fees effective January 1st, 2026. It's still fake. The ministry saying it's fake. But when citizens now go to license office, it's a different story. They were blown away. So Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Minister, what I want you to do is to come out and tell us what day in December it was mentioned. Let us do the correct thing. Remember, you are a minister. You are not the person you were before the ministry gave you that portfolio. I want you to understand this. The UNC administration used to bash the PNM. So let we not start that in the year 2026 to be like the PNM. Good? Come out and tell us what date was mentioned. My staff will get the clippings or the video from Parliament. We will share it with the public and we will understand, you know what? We was wrong. We was wrong as a citizen for not taking heed. But you can't come to tell me 12 o'clock Monday night you passed something for Tuesday morning and all the citizens were sleeping like a, what we get, a thief in the night, like a bandit break open my house? No, let's not go down that road. Let's not. You know, I said I would talk about tickets and things on Wednesday night, but we're leaving that for Wednesday night. But this is to highlight this issue because it is a hot topic and the citizens, let me tell you something, it's like a block fall on we head. It's like a block fall on we head. And we don't want the words to come out from our mouth saying that we made a mistake putting the UNC there. No, we don't want that. So do not move like a thief in the night and bring out laws and legislations that we were not aware of. There will be problems. When I tell them people will start protesting, people will start bad talking all that, people will start labeling all that like the PNM administration. So no, we don't go down that road. The people vote for a change, come out and do the correct thing. Send out a notification at 30 days, at 60 days, so people could be able to save a little money to do what they had to do. Don't hit them with a hammer on the head. No. I've been around on TV for almost 9 years now, and Trinidad and Tobago knows if there's an issue, Saieed will bring it to the forefront and deal with it in an orderly manner. Yes, I understand you are the minister, but who were you before you got that minister position? You don't move like a bandit in the night. Don't do that. We ain't accepting that. I'm letting you know one time. Right is right, wrong is wrong. So I just want to find out what date in December. You mention this. If it's in Parliament, just give us the date. My staff will get the clippings and we go show it. Prove us wrong, Mr. Minister. Prove the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago wrong. Prove us wrong. That's what we want you to do. Because the ministry website saying something different, you know. Because I just showed a big clipping from the ministry. They're saying something different. Now Trinidad and Tobago. Clark said, we did not prevent anyone from renewing their permit for 10 years. Subsequently, when a delay is applied, that is not a practice of licensing office. We understand that. We understand that, Mr. Clark. So Trinidad and Tobago, he also addressed the staff who were aware of the increase. So listen this now.
There was always a fee for permits that expired. There was always a fee. Even prior to the increase, there was a fee. So it's not a new fine. Regarding the staff stating that they were not aware, they were aware of the increases, and regarding person saying they was not aware, this was in the Finance Bill 2025 that was both in both houses of Parliament in early December.
So now what he is saying that the staff were aware of the increase. Now the staff was aware, but Trinidad and Tobago was not aware. Why we was not aware? Because this was circulating. This was circulating.
6 days ago.
So Trinidad and Tobago, that was posted 6 days ago. 6 days ago, they're saying it's fake news, it's fake news, it's fake news. And boom, when they went license office now, Monday morning. Monday was the 5th. Monday was the 5th of January 2026. And that was posted 6 days ago. So who lying? Who lying? Call a good night.
Night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Woman they call Kamla. Oh my God, Mr. Saieed is the worst woman that I ever see run this country. And she ain't caring nothing about nobody.
Alright, caller, I'm going to have to stop you there. You know why? Now listen to me. The PNM administration, the UNC administration now come into office. Right? They now come into office and there are many things they are dealing with. Right? So I want you to understand that it's not that she don't care. What I want you to understand is that she have other ministers. And these ministers needs to fall in line. You cannot do things side the road. Now, she come and remove from all the residential houses and them that Colin Members was taxing, she removed the taxes. So that's something good she do for Trinidad and Tobago, which means I don't have to pay property tax for my residential home. That's something good she do. She come and she take off VAT on some food items. That's something good she do. She come and she remove $1 from gas. That's something good she do. So one place is a saving, but the other place went up. But we go deal with it going up. But right now we're dealing with license office. Now license office, let me tell you something. Monday and Tuesday was real bacchanal. Because every day people go in, right? Every day people go in and people are unaware of the prices going up. Why? Because the license office Facebook page is saying one thing, and when they go to the counter, there's another thing. Saying you don't have to pay no increase, even your permit expire. Just pay a $500, renew your permit, and that's it. But when I go to the counter now, I'm paying the government fee of $500, and I had to pay additional $600. Why am I paying an additional $600? And it was mentioned on the ministry website. They're saying it is fake. So now, Mr. Eli, between me and you, I stand for the citizens. I've been around 9 years on television. The citizens could tell you that the amount of thing Real Talk have gotten done for this country. Now, Mr. Eli, you are fresh on the market as being a minister. And I am definitely sure you do not want to be labeled as the former Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinha, and used to be labeled. So do not move like a thief in the night and bring out these things. So what I want to know now, on the ministry website, what was that problem there? Who placed that and says fake news, and when you go license office is something different? You see, you can't hit the people at 6, 4, and 9. Caller, good night.
Yeah, Mr. Saeed, good night.
Go right ahead, your
Mr. Saeed,
life.
I am a taxi driver. And one of my passengers today told me that he went to renew his permit Thursday. When
Okay.
he went Thursday, the system was down.
Okay.
He went back Friday. They tell him they're not renewing any permit on Friday. And when he went back this morning, he meet with $1,100 to pay.
But you see?
And he is asking, why am I paying the extra money? And why I wasn't given my permit last week? So I want to make it clear on your show, Mr. Saeed, that they had known since last week that they was going to raise the fee.
Correct.
And they stopped renewing people permits since last week.
Correct. Somebody
and they
lying.
resumed doing it as from this morning.
Somebody lying.
We have some proof of that is what happened in Arima licensing office. Okay, sir. Now this is ridiculous. What the $600 is for? Is it just a raise for obtaining a driver's permit? Did they make obtaining a driver's permit mandatory? No. So how could you raise it by $600 when it's $5? I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. And I don't understand the people of Trinidad and Tobago, neither, Mr. Saeed. If I was to renew my permit and that had happened to me, I am not renewing no permit. And I am going to highlight it to the country, and we're not going and renew no permit, and we're not going and drive nothing, and let me see what the minister will do with the $600.
I understand. Thank you, my friend.
Go and pay no.
Thank you, my friend. I understand what you're saying. Now, Mr. Minister, the website said no new increase. So which mean you would have stuck to the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act, Chapter 4850, which is the old rate. But the picture. The picture said no new increase. So I am guessing the old increase, the old price of the 500 would have been 4850, according to the act. According to the act, the old price would have been there. But the thing is now, all you said now, no new renewal fee, and boom, you're paying your 500 plus a 600. What is that, Mr. Minister? What is that? You see, Mr. Minister, when you do not inform the public, it causes a riot, it causes a backlash, it causes citizens to uproar, and it will make the UNC, the political party that Kamla Prasad governs, it will make them look bad. Not only in Trinidad, but international. International. New permit for renewal fee. They say fake news. But people are questioning why the extra 600 is the 600 had be a new fee. According to 4850, that may be the 500 no, the 500 where you have to pay the government. But the thing is, you're paying your 500 and then you're paying another 600. The people is not aware of that. I mean, people have been renewing their driver's permit long time now. My driver's permit have a few renewals in it well. So I could tell you about it. That is why I'm making an issue with it, because people are making a bacchanal. And it's sad, being a minister, newly appointed in Trinidad and Tobago, and you're done sidetracking already. It's not good for you, Mr. Minister. It is not. It is not. But just as a reminder, Trinidad and Tobago, remember Wednesday coming? Wednesday coming will be the 7th, I believe. Yes, Wednesday coming will be the 7th of January 2026. We are going to have our ticketing show. When I say ticketing, the cost of tickets. We want to hear from you, the public. So remember, night viewers, Wednesday is our public concerns night. We're going to be talking about that. If you have gotten a ticket and you find it is unreasonable, feel free to call in. Let us know what went on. What was your response to the officer response? Trinidad and Tobago, we are doing something different. We want to hear from you on Wednesday night. Remember that. So Trinidad and Tobago, the interim of the OAS representative, Saieed Griffith, endorsed the US-led operation targeting transnational crime while stressing that nations' commitment to peace in region coexists. Listen to her.
Trinidad and Tobago has been a long-standing proponent of the peaceful coexistence of states in the international arena. Our enduring relationship and partnership, as well as strong fraternal ties with both Venezuela and the United States, are indicative of this. However, we have equally acknowledged the notion that real regional peace has been elusive within the Southern Caribbean. Trinidad and Tobago continues to recognize the importance of collective efforts aimed at addressing the threat posed by transnational organized crime. It is against this backdrop that we reiterate our support for the efforts led by the United States toward disrupting and dismantling the transnational criminal networks that have been recognized here at the OAS and across the hemisphere as forces of instability and insecurity.
So now, viewers, she acknowledged ongoing instability in the Southern Caribbean, highlighted the importance of constructive ties with Venezuela, and positioned TNT as a willing partner in building a safer, more prosperous Americas. Remember, we in the southern part, so we are the Southern Americans. So listen to this now.
At the same time, Trinidad and Tobago places significant value on maintaining constructive and respectful relations with the Republic of Venezuela. As a close neighbor, our country remains deeply invested in regional stability. The delegation of Trinidad and Tobago wishes to underscore its long-standing relationship with both the United States and Venezuela and stands ready to work collaboratively with all partners who share the aspiration of a safer, more prosperous and stable Americas.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, as Kamala said, and Sean Sobers said, they are willing to work with Venezuela, you know. The issue is that people not understanding is Maduro was indicted back in 2020 in the US, in New York. Not in Trinidad, you know, in New York. Now, a lot of people have been saying that, oh, the US right and then the US wrong. But I just want to touch back on something that happened in 2025. People are saying that Donald Trump administration is wrong for going into Venezuela and picking up Nicolas Maduro and carrying him back to the US based on an indictment to face his charges across there. Good. You all remember in 2025 when Trinidad and Tobago police went and picked up a gun dealer, I believe it was in Grenada, Brent Thomas. You remember that? What jurisdiction the Trinidad and Tobago police had to go Grenada and pick up this man and bring him back to Trinidad? It wasn't an extradition. So the PNM is talking. I want to blame Kamala. But I want to ask the PNM administration who gave the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service the authority to go Grenada I believe it was Grenada when they went to pick up Brent Thomas and bring him back to Trinidad. Was there an official warrant? Did he run away from a court hearing date? You see, Trinidad and Tobago, we like to talk. We like to talk. But when it happened in our own country, we mouth can't open. It cannot open. That is why when former minister, short man, Klongenbud was here, he used to always quote on another country. And this country paying this, and that country paying the next, and the other country paying this. But when coming to Trinidad now, he can't talk about Trinidad. They can't talk about Trinidad. Imagine your residential home where it earning an income. Klongenbud told you in your face that if you don't pay this tax, you will be facing a criminal charge. My house, I take a loan to build. I working and putting everything. Me earning an income from the house. You telling me I had to pay a residential, a rental tax? UNC came into power, they abolished that. They abolished that. Now, rental buildings, once the owner is making a profit from your rental building, that is what you pay in tax on. That is what you pay in tax on what you're making money from. Not where you're going to sleep in your comfort zone. So there's a difference. And that is why we remain the #1 current affairs program. You know why? I side breaking it down for you, the citizens, to understand. That's the difference. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, nevertheless, we are going for a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear from the Caribbean politician linked to Maduro's drug case will be exposed. This is coming from the U.S. court at Trinidad and Tobago. Remember that it's not Saieed, you know. It's coming from the U.S. court. Doodly 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 doo doo doo. And the bird whistling. More when we return.
We'll be right back.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, remember, Real Talk with Saieed. We are doing a food drive. We are raising funds. We are giving away a 1.6 Corolla. It is the latest model Corolla in Trinidad and Tobago. Presently, the latest model Toyota selling in Trinidad. Good? So we are giving away this car, viewers. All you need to do is make a contribution of 500, 600, 800, 1,000. Plant a seed to our food drive. This is to put food on people's table. Remember that. It ain't going in my pocket. This is to put food on people's table. And yes, you are going to see hampers that we are going to make to give away by the hundreds. You understand? Because every time I do my food drives, Trinidad and Tobago knows that. Trinidad and Tobago knows that. But this one, we need your help. We're asking for a donation between 500 to 1,000 to put food on the tables of the less fortunate. 2026 met a lot of them less fortunate. And we are trying to help with that situation, viewers, but we need your help. What I want you to do, consider it as a love offering, a gift offering. You're planting a seed, however you may want to call it in your belief, in your religion. I am not here to condemn religion, but whatever way you want to call it, plant a seed. 500 to 1,000 viewers, and let's start feeding the less fortunate in Trinidad and Tobago. We could buy medicine for them. You would not believe how much of hundreds of hampers individual will receive, but we can't do it alone. I need your help, Trinidad and Tobago, in order to do this. You know, Saieed, I ask nobody for nothing. But this, I want you to plant a seed in 2026 for your miracle. And that is how I know it. When I plant in a seed or I give in something, I give it from my heart. I give it from my heart and I receive wholeheartedly. Let me tell you something. God has blessed me, you know. Business in Guyana. Very soon we starting up in Panama. You know what? It's the grace of God. Somebody says, Saieed, you mustn't be talking about God on your show. Really? If it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't have this show. Brian Haynes could tell you that. He was in my porch the very first day I called him and I told him I want to start off a show, and we went into details and how the show will be and what we need to do. It is a miracle. 9 years, I'm still on the airwave and I'm still asking nobody to contribute. And I have a full staff. Full staff, that's the blessings of God. You know why? It's the seed I plant. It's when I give from here, I just receive it openly here. Not only in Trinidad, but outside Trinidad, I receive it too. So Trinidad and Tobago, Real Talk with Saieed. We are doing our food drive. We are raising funds. We are giving away a new Corolla. Make a contribution, plant a seed, however you want to call it in your religion, for the less fortunate. And you never know, you could receive a miracle. Because the last time we do something like this, let me tell you something. Hundreds of people said, Saieed, you would not believe. When we plant, we seed in a few days' time, this door opened, and this sickness gone, and this started happen, and that started. It was just blessings after blessings after blessings. You know why? I do spirit work, so God will favor me. And everybody that planted in that basket would be blessed. Every hand that gave would be blessed. That's what I could tell you about. That's what they say. That's why there's always come on television and say, anybody feel you could come after me? The door's open, come. But what you get while you're coming, I hope you could deal with it. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, as we continue our program tonight, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar have stated that she has no doubt that Caribbean politicians implicated in the alleged drug trafficking charges against Maduro will eventually be exposed. Just days after his dramatic removal from Caracas, Nicolas Maduro has pleaded not guilty, together with his wife, in a New York court to drugs and weapon charges. According to the charges filed against Maduro by the U.S. Department of Justice, Maduro and his associates abused their position to turn Venezuela into a haven of drug traffickers and violent criminal organizations, enriching themselves while undermining public institutions. The indictment also implicates unnamed Caribbean politician. Imagine that, unnamed Caribbean politician. Let me tell you something. When the DEA the Drug Enforcement Agency, and the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, when they had them do the investigation and talk to Maduro, let me tell you something. Birds that started whistling. Right here in Trinidad, when they hear police hold a bandit, birds that start to whistle. The police is getting to know who, where, what, when, why. Down to what color sneakers, what color clothes. If the car is a thief car, where's the getaway, where the drive, that is know everything. That is know everything. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago. Nevertheless, that's their thing, not my thing. But it's not my job to bring the reality news to you. So as we move along now, the Minister or the Ministry of Defense is cautioning against the circulation of incomplete or misleading information which may cause unnecessary public concerns. In a statement, it explained that there is misinformation on social media regarding the status of the Trinidad and Tobago airspace, in which a partial experts of the notice to air mission bulletin has been shared. According to the ministry, the NOTAM is a routine security advisory issued by the United States Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, and applies exclusively to U.S. registered aircraft operators. In light of this, the ministry assured that this country airspace remains fully open and operational. It adds that Piaco Flights Information Region and all other airports continue to accommodate normal commercial and private aviation traffic. So Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who were thinking that the airspace is closed, no, it is open. But I want to let you understand something. The day the U.S. Department went in to Venezuela, I believe a lot of flights were cancelled on that day. That was on the 3rd, I believe, that Flex? On the 3rd. When the US went in from Maduro, on the 3rd. Right, I believe on that day, viewers, that morning they went into Caracas. The airspace in and around Trinidad was closed, around 2 a.m., yeah. It was closed. I guess they probably didn't want any interaction with the helicopters and the planes and other Caribbean airline for safety's sake. But nevertheless, we have gotten past that. The spaces are open and traffic, airplanes, helicopter, they are moving back and forth. So you all are free to travel to and from Trinidad. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, HDC units nearing delivery. More when we return.
We'll be right back.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
Welcome back.
So welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Remember, 2026, Real Talk Financing, we have over 5% on fixed deposit. Remember viewers, we are offering the highest interest rate in Trinidad and Tobago on fixed deposit. Interest up front. What do we mean by interest up front? You call our office, you get your information, you come in, you set up your fixed deposit. Can I echo? You set up your fixed deposit, viewers, and 14 days from that day that you set up your fixed deposit, 14 days from that day, our office is going to call you to come and collect your check with your interest up front. Now, you're opening a fixed deposit for 5 years, viewers, and within that 14 days time, you're getting your 5 years interest up front. So you don't have to worry about if you would live to inherit your interest. We're giving you your interest 14 days up front from the date you sign the policy. So you can enjoy your interest from your hard-earned cash. Remember that, Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody does it like Real Talk, eh? Nobody. Housing Minister David Lee have stated that some Housing Development Corporation, HDC houses, units will soon be ready for delivery, including units at Cora. Take a listen.
Plan for housing in 2026, we have a host of projects that will be coming on stream since the restructuring of HDC by the new board and Chairman Mr. Khan. We have a stock of houses that will be finishing soon. For example, we have a very nice development in Cora. Some lovely townhouses of over 100. That is nearing completion. I would say it's about 95% completed. And that will be going out for distribution soon. We have another stock of homes in townhouses in the terrestrial area in Dabadi. That is nearing completion and will be going out soon. We have some homes in Arima that will be going out for distribution very soon. So in the first quarter of 2026, you will see some homes being distributed to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Also, viewers, he also repeated his warning that illegal occupants of HCC units will be removed in accordance with the law. David Lee.
Underneath the Honorable Kamala Prasad, the successor Prime Minister of this country, myself as the Minister of Housing, along with the new board of HCC, anyone who illegally occupies a home on a HCC site and they do not have proper title or ownership to the home and they break into the home to take ownership, will be removed within the law.
So now, viewers, Lee said reports of illegal occupants were received over the last week in Greenville, Oasis Greens, and Cashew Gardens. The minister previously said the HCC Security Division is investigating areas of illegal occupancy and that enforcement action will follow as the law takes its course. Lee.
I have spoken, Chairman Khan, and we will let the law deal with the issues. Our security division is also looking to those areas of illegal occupancy. Now, I want to put that on the table here this morning, that again, those individuals who feel they can occupy an HDC home by just breaking into the homes and occupying illegally, that is a non-starter. It will not happen underneath my watch or underneath Chairman Khan's watch or under the Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Prasad-Desessa.
So viewers, staying on HDC, the Housing Development Corporation Chairman Feroz Khan has alleged significant financial mismanagement at the state-owned agency, which he said occurred under the previous administration, saying that the HDC is in a difficult financial position. Khan confirmed that there are bills owed to contractors and suppliers in excess of $600 million. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
The HDC finds itself in a very difficult situation where we have bills owed to suppliers and contractors in excess of $600 million, that we have a deficit in the employees' pension fund in excess of $300 million, and an amount owed to the banks in excess of our approved overdraft limits of about $100 million.
So viewers, Khan said the corporation's current financial status developed over time and was a result of poor construction management over the past decade. He alleged that on average 400 homes were built annually under the People's National Movement, the PNM, at an estimated market value of $500,000 each. But Trinidad and Tobago construction costs escalated to about $2 million per unit. So listen to this, viewers. If a normal nurse or a police officer or a bus driver cannot get a loan to buy a HDC house for $500,000, how in God's earth they're going to get a loan to buy a house for $2 million? So what was the government taking? Taxpayers' money, building executive HDC houses to sell it for who? To sell it for who? So you're taking taxpayers' money to build an executive house to sell for who? Because the normal man on the street who driving bus or who working in the corporation or a fire officer or a nurse or a policeman or a teacher, if them can get a loan to buy a $500,000 house, how they get a loan to pay $2 million? Imagine that. Now, Khan said this applied to approximately 4,000 homes with construction average about $1.5 million per house, totaling $6 billion. Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this.
4,000 houses where the construction cost was in excess of the value of the houses constructed by approximately $1.5 million per house. That's a total of $6 billion. That $6 billion could have built 12,000 houses, which would have greatly made it easier for those citizens who have been waiting in line for years to get an HDC house.
Now, viewers, he further alleged that the maintenance contractor was issued without tender and award to family members and financiers linked to the former administration at a cost of $150 million per year. Despite the scale of these challenges, Khan said the HDC has a clear strategy to stabilize its finance. Listen to this.
All our future construction is going to be on the basis of design, build, finance at fixed prices. So those overruns and variations and the mismanagement will not happen. Those monthly maintenance contracts that amount to $150 million a year now are being reorganized and retendered in accordance with the rules, and some of those services are going to be provided in-house by the agency, and we will save $100 million annually from the management of these contracts.
So Trinidad and Tobago, when you hear these figures coming out, ask yourself, viewers, what was HGC and the Minister of Housing doing? Thousands of houses were built and put down. Why? Why? Is it for election gimmick? Is it for friends and family? Because people have been on the list for 10 and 15 years. Why is it that they are not getting a loan? Why is it that they are not getting houses? Why? And the PNM say, man, we care for all earlier. And what's going on? What's going on? What's really going on? Why is it that in an oil country, we suffering? Why? I'm going to tell you something. Venezuela holds the most amount of oil in the world, you know. The gold reserve way passing anybody in the world, you know. And look at the country. Look at the country. Why? Bad management. We in our oil belt. We are the only one with a refinery in the country. And just now we're going to become like Haiti. Or Africa in the desert. Why? Is it that the people cannot manage? Or is it when they get portfolio power going to their head and they get dotish? They get stupid. As you hear about a Benz and a BM or a Range Rover, you get stupid. Why is this? Why is it that a minister cannot service the people in his constituency? Why? Viewers, you're out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, we'll have this program tomorrow, 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. We'll be right back here Wednesday the 7th to talk about our ticketing and the price. Remember, tell your friends, tell your family about that show. Good night.